Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. We are your host. I'm Ocean. That's Taylor. That's Optimus Prime.
And I'm Optimus Prime.
Yeah, told you.
Sending this message out to
Any remaining Autobots.
We are
among the
here.
stars.
We are waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another episode of Our Take for you guys today. Today we're going to talk to you guys about another Apple original film. However, this one actually came out in theaters. It's not exclusive to the streaming app.
Or is it? No, it's not.
No, it's not. This one's not. This one's not. But it's out in theaters. Just came out on the 2nd, right, of February, I believe.
Yes.
Is the official release date.
Yes.
2nd of February. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you guys our take on Argylle. We did a trailer reaction to this a little while ago, mostly because there's one particular person in here that, we're all just fanboys of, so, we had to see this. But we're gonna talk about it. We'll do this in traditional fashion as always. Spoiler-free content first, real fast, get into scores, and then dive into spoilers and talk about all the different stuff. Before we do that, though, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let Taylor run us through it cast list because there's quite a few notable people in this cast. Go ahead, Taylor.
So our main star is Bryce Dallas Howard, who plays Ellie Conway. She's coupled with Sam Rockwell, who plays Aiden. He's like another secret agent. I mean, there's a bunch of them in this, but we do have a cameo with Dua Lipa. She plays Lagrange. And then the always amazing legend himself, Henry Cavill, who plays Argylle. And then we also get a great cameo with John Cena, who plays Wyatt. And then we got Ariana DeBose. I can't remember her name.
I don't remember it either.
I want to say it's Kira or something.
It might be. Kira sounds
like
right.
that. And then we also had Sophia Botella. She's the keeper of the secrets or whatever.
Yeah, the keeper of secrets.
Always amazing. Bryan Cranston. I don't remember his name either, but he's like the director or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we have Catherine O'Hara, who plays as Ellie's mother, and Samuel L. Jackson, who plays Alfie.
So pretty star-studded cast. There's quite a few people in here, and for the most part, it was enjoyable to watch all of them. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about this real quick, spoiler-free. Just give you guys our general thoughts, whether or not you guys should go see this before you dive into the spoilers. So, as far as spoiler-free goes, for me personally, for the most part, I had fun with this movie up until a very specific point, and then once that point hit, I was like, oh, okay, this is just too far. Like, this is just too much for me. Like what's in the theaters right now, it's all right because there's not a whole lot of options right now.
There's not much.
It's all right. Like if you for us, we have that Regal Pass. You basically get to watch unlimited movies for one day, and for that, like I would pay for that. But I don't know that I would if I didn't have the Regal Pass, I don't know that I would go spend $13 or whatever it is to go watch a movie now.
Or if there was something way better in the theater.
Well, yeah, there's not really anything in the theater though right now, unless you're trying to rewatch or try to watch for the first time any of the Best Picture candidates, which are all in the theaters right now, getting ready for the Oscars.
Yeah.
So, I would go watch those before I watch this. But it had some good natured fun and some interesting things, but there's just a little too much in there for me. But I don't know. What did you guys think?
If you will remember from the trailer reaction, was not super interested in this.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remains to be the same. I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
Didn't really have issues with like the actors themselves.
It seemed more like the writing.
Yeah, just
it
just seems really, I don't know, like just kind of boring and stupid to me.
Like schlock.
Yeah.
And it was just like an amalgamation of like random crap.
Yeah. They literally copied like. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Not necessarily in a good way.
No.
It's not awful, but yeah, just wasn't super into it.
Yeah, I got you, Connor.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
No spoilers.
Yeah.
Just quick spoilers.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I agree. It's not good. I don't think it's the worst movie I've ever seen, or that it's terrible, but it's definitely not anything
to write home about.
Yeah, it's not good. It's pretty mediocre.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, scores. Let's get scores, and then we can talk about why this movie is just meh.
Mediocre to below mediocre a little bit.
Well, what's your score for?
I'm gonna give this a. I'm gonna be fair. I'll give it a 5.
Okay, I think that's more than appropriate.
Yeah.
What about you, Tay?
I think I would give this a 4.
Yeah. I would want to give it a 4.
I'm between a 4 and a 5, but I'm gonna give it a 5 just because of a couple of the actors. Because
at least the movie works.
Yeah.
So physically.
Yeah.
Plays. So 5 seems fair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
I think 5 is a more than fair score. And looking at the Rotten Tomatoes, ladies and gentlemen, looks like Rotten Tomatoes has it scored at a 35%.
God damn.
It's a little low,
IMDb has it at 6.1. I think 35 is a little low.
Yeah. 35 is a little.
But 6.1 is a little high. I think we're somewhere in the middle, which I think is a little more.
It's like right in between a 4 and a 5.
Yeah, I agree. If we were doing decimals, no, I'm just kidding.
No, we're not Zaggy.
Love you. But ladies and gentlemen, you guys have our general thoughts. You have the scores for this. We're gonna get into some spoilers. So if you guys have not seen this movie yet, if you're looking for 2 hours of just stuff on a screen, and
I'm gonna be honest, I don't recommend this movie. Like, literally, just go pick something on a streaming service.
Yeah,
I would not recommend wasting your time on this.
Like,
movie.
I wouldn't. The time it takes to you to go out and watch the movie, spend the money, just stay home and watch something.
Yeah,
I think that if you have one of the passes or whatever that you're essentially getting movies for free, like we do. Like for me, I just enjoy going to the movies. Like I just enjoy that experience.
Well, I enjoy going to the movies.
Yeah, but you could definitely see a better movie than this one.
No, I agree.
Like just go watch the best picture choices.
Yeah, if you've missed something, that's
even if you haven't missed them, just go watch one of the ones you really liked again.
Yeah, that's only if you really need to go though.
Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't waste. I agree. I
wouldn't waste any money if you don't have a pass, like a Regal pass or whatever. Don't waste any money on this movie. I'm
sure it'll come on Apple.
Yeah, it'll be on Apple TV Plus. You can watch it there. That's fine.
It's just a schlocky.
All right. To get into spoilers, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be your official
spoiler alert.
Okay, so I don't know what the hell schlock means.
Like just like you know what I'm saying? Schlock. It's like just like gruel. It's like if you're eating plain porridge.
It's just like a.
Where does that word come from?
Better.
Schlock.
My word was better, which was just an amalgamation.
Yeah.
Just the
schlock is just a mess of just stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like a blob of stuff.
Yeah,
like they ripped straight out of Manchurian Candidate in this fucking movie. I mean, one for one, but did it worse. So. I don't know. That kind of pissed me off, but whatever.
I don't really remember Manchurian Candidate. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Yeah, they ripped off the one from 1960 something.
1962.
Yeah.
Is that what is it about? I don't even remember.
The sleeper agent.
Oh, right. Brainwashed.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I want to talk about real fast. We'll start with that. I actually enjoyed the movie and had fun with it. Until we found out that the main character, Ellie Conway, that's played by Bryce Dallas Howard. No, wait. Is that right?
Yes.
God. By Bryce Dallas Howard is actually a secret agent that's been brainwashed and is just messed up or whatever. Once we got to that point, once they went to the French countryside, and she met with Alfie, who is Samuel L. Jackson, and they had that whole situation. That was where it lost me. Before that, I was enjoying it. I mean, I didn't think it was anything like special or anything super fun or crazy, but it was fun. I was actually really enjoying like a lot of the dumb action sequences that were meant to, because she's reading the book, and it's supposed to be like the book version, and it was just extra, and I enjoyed it. But then, like, once we found out she was the spy all along, I was like, oh, okay, this is just, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The movie, I didn't really start off liking it. The writing is just even like outside of the book parts, the writing is just super cringe, and I don't know, just really fell flat for me most of the time. And yeah, once the Manchurian Candidate shit started, I was like, all right, I'm done with the rest of this movie. But I was already like out of it by that point, but that like kind of solidified it.
Yeah, I was expecting I don't know. I was expecting like, I don't know what kind of style it is, but like just the goofiness and the ridiculousness. I don't know. I didn't mind it. I don't know. What are your thoughts there? You're pretty quiet over there.
Yeah. The trailer pretty much gives you the entire movie. Because like as you're watching the movie, you can literally piece by piece see like, okay, this is this scene.
Yeah.
We saw this. We you see a lot like a mix of the jokes and stuff.
Right.
Most of the humor didn't really land for me.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like the biggest thing, but it's just whatever. There was only literally one thing that I like giggled at or chuckled.
Which one was that?
It was at the very end.
No, were you thinking like, are they just like?
It's literally
gay?
just the moment when Bryce Dallas Howard character Rachel Argylle, Ellie Conway, whichever fucking name you want to go by, doesn't matter. She's like sitting at her book signing thing.
Oh yeah,
and she's talking,
Oh.
and then Henry Cavill stands up and he's like, "I don't have a question for you per se, but maybe you have a couple for me." And he's got like a fucking mullet and shit.
Yeah,
that was the only thing I
fat
fucking
wadded is
yeah.
lit.
yeah.
only thing I chuckled.
That
at.
was funny.
The only thing I actually chuckled at was the like ending scene where they're like making out and fucking like the thing's exploding, and then it switches to like in her head, and it's fucking Henry Cavill and John Cena. I was like, does she think that like they're like they're
I was waiting.
like making out?
I was waiting for them to kiss, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, we can't afford that.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how much that would cost. I will say that John Cena continues to impress me.
He's great, but he's always good.
Yeah,
that's why like this movie is. I don't have a problem with the actors themselves.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the actors either.
I thought
It's
they
just
all
whoever wrote the movie
did fine for their characters. It's just I just don't like any of the characters or the story.
Yeah.
So it's just really boring to me.
Yeah, the writing.
Also, the only like one major thing, which this might just be like a personal thing, but the cinematography in this
I did not like it.
was really bad.
Yeah, fucking hated it, dude. I was gonna bring that up too, dude.
What-
the fucking
like,
cuts,
that's like one of the
cuts in this
biggest
movie
things that
and
stood out
shit.
to me.
Oh my god, dude! And the fucking POV perspective shit.
Yeah,
I
so
fucking hated that.
anytime they're doing, which there's a lot of, because this is from the main character's
they like
perspective.
cut from regular to POV to regular to POV, and I was like, this is fucking bad.
There's whoever like edited that or whatever. It's really jarring to me.
Yeah.
And this is surprising to me because I can watch like some pretty wild crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this movie in particular, not the entire movie.
Just
It's
the
just
fight
like there's
scenes
certain
or whatever?
scenes that you can see. They're like really weird.
Yeah.
And I'm
Especially
not
the
a fan
fight
of
scenes.
it.
You're talking
Especially the
about
fight
like
scenes.
when the fight scenes transition from watching it from like a third party perspective to Bryce Dallas Howard's character Ellie Conway's, like she's switching between seeing Aiden versus Like every time she blinks, she sees Aiden, then she blinks and she sees Henry
Yeah, I mean
Cavill.
that's part of it. Just pretty much anytime it's from her perspective.
Yeah,
Because sometimes it doesn't have those characters, and it's just like
her
watching things.
Yeah,
it's just fucking weird, and it's like it just bothered me.
Yeah.
I didn't really notice that. I mean, the cinematography definitely was different. The POV stuff was interesting, especially with the every time she blinked, she switched and saw Henry Cavill. Those were some of the parts that were funny to me. Just watching Henry Cavill like gracefully, because in the movie Henry Cavill is a fictional character that she created, Argylle, and like she's imagining him do these things in real life, and the whole time he's doing the classic like superhero or like, you know, spy thing of like being able to fight but also like look super good and wink at you as he's flying past you. Like, I don't know, that shit was funny to me. Mostly because it was Henry Cavill doing it, but
Yeah,
that cinematography was definitely interesting, but it didn't really jar me. I don't know.
I didn't like it. I don't think it was like it was like really badly done, because it's not like it stays in that. It doesn't give you enough time in that perspective to like adjust. It cuts so rapidly between first person to outside perspective to third person to first person. All at the same time within a very short amount of time. Then it's just like,
maybe that was
just
their
stick
intention.
with one perspective for like, you have to give some time in one perspective. You know what I mean? To like,
Yeah,
it's just
they
and
might
then,
have been
with that
trying
on top of the blinking, like actually blinking in the fucking thing is like, oh my god.
They might have been just trying to, like, that might have been their intention, was to do it so rapidly to jar people, but it sounds like it was too much. Like the effect was too much. Like they were trying to make the scene more chaotic by creating so many cuts and so many perspectives.
sorry.
No, you're good.
Dying
Good?
real quick.
It's okay. You got that tuberculosis.
Yeah. You got that TV
No, I was
up there.
literally choking on my saliva.
Oh, that's what we're doing over there. All right.
My bad.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You want a cough drop?
No.
I'm just thinking about Henry Cavill a little too much, huh?
He's like,
Got a little-
all of it.
Creating a
too
little
excited.
extra saliva. Yeah, I mean, I think that might possibly be what they were trying to do. I don't know that for sure. I don't know anything about I don't even know who Matthew Vaughn is. That's the director.
Yeah, I don't know what they were trying to do, but I mean, they just did not do it. Like, they did not do it.
Yeah, it sounds like for you guys, the effect was more than.
Like, if they're trying to jar me, okay, but like, it just made me not want to watch the scene. I was just like, I'm just gonna fucking like not look at this until it's done.
Instead of making the scene more enticing and chaotic, it broke the immersion for you guys.
Yeah.
Makes
Well, I
sense.
wasn't really
Yeah, you weren't into it to begin with.
immersed
Yeah,
altogether,
yeah, neither
but
was I.
just trying to watch it. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is kind of.
I'd rather
annoying.
just close my eyes and go to sleep for however long the scene is.
Okay, I get it. I mean, yeah. Was there any part of the movie or any scenes or anything that you guys did like?
Not really.
Crickets.
To
Nope.
be honest,
Yeah, me neither.
like, nothing like. Yeah,
No.
no, not really.
Not really.
I mean, it wasn't like bad, but it's just, I
didn't enjoy it. I wasn't like, wow, that was cool.
yeah. I mean, even Henry Cavill, like, honestly, by the end, like, you should have just said no to this movie.
Yeah.
I'd rather you
Really?
just work on Warhammer instead of do this.
Needed to make some money for Warhammer.
Well, I'm sure he's getting a lot of money.
Yeah.
For,
Yeah, I don't think he needs to make any money. I'm sure Games
It's
Workshop is
Amazon,
paying him
so-
well. And Amazon, yeah.
I'm sure he's good. But yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, just chuck this one in the garbage. Just buy it on DVD and just chuck them all in the garbage if you find it.
Waste the money on the DVD so you can throw it away.
Yeah.
Does
Another,
anybody
please.
buy? Do you guys buy DVDs anymore?
there's
Like,
people that
I
still buy stuff.
I still buy DVDs.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I like DVDs.
Because one day, some asshole in a suit's gonna be like, you know what? Let's delete this.
Yeah,
And then
somebody's
everything
gonna
that
be like,
you enjoyed is gone.
Yeah, that's probably true.
yeah, it can't.
I mean, I don't buy it anymore unless it's something I really, really love.
What's the last DVD that you bought?
The last thing I bought was probably the box set of The Pacific.
Oh, that was a long time ago, huh?
Yeah. But I like that and Band of Brothers. I definitely wanted to make sure I had the fucking full box set of Blu-rays for both of them.
by last thing you bought, do you mean like?
Yeah, what's the last DVD that you bought?
Not including games, because
Well, like, do you mean like the one, like the last DVD in the pile that I bought at the DVD store?
just whatever. The
yeah,
last thing
what,
you got.
I don't know. You just go to the DVD store and just buy like 30 DVDs at once?
Well, so the I don't know.
Where's the DVD store?
So if you go to downtown,
You can still buy it at like Walmart.
Sorry,
and
guys. It's tuberculosis is that.
I'm sorry. If you go to like where,
By the way, if you're his employer, he doesn't actually have tuberculosis. It's just a running joke. Sorry.
yeah, it's just a joke.
Sorry, I had to say.
Yeah. If you're by Ward, there's you know, in that little like mall area that used to have like the Brookstone and stuff in it.
They used to have what?
Brookstone in it.
Bergstone. No, I don't.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's by like Dave and Buster's,
Yeah, but
But across the
but
street.
across the
But
street. Is it
across.
by like where Cool Ina Burger used
Yeah,
to be?
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Okay. that's
there's like
Ward
a Friends of the
Closet.
Library
Uh,
thing, and every like, I think every weekend, or no, there's every.
is that the one with the
specific
giant
days.
bookstore and stuff? Oh, okay.
But every specific days they have like a huge sale across the street from that store in the apartment complex on the bottom floor. There's like a huge room, and they have like all these tables where they have like a bunch of different shit on sale, like DVDs, records,
Oh,
like, and like huge, like at least like 50 tables of like all this other shit.
huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
And you can get them for like $2, $1 per DVD.
Okay, so you still haven't answered the question though.
Yeah. Oh, it was a box set of Die Hard 1, 2, and 3.
Of course it
Could have just said that.
Yeah.
Well, I was just hey, if you're
long
there,
road.
if you're
to
looking
get
where to
Die
find
Hard.
if you're looking where to find good cheap DVDs that are, you know, in good condition, that's where you go.
I might have to go check that out. Not for the DVDs because I like,
LPs.
but I
But yeah,
might
the
go-
records are cool too.
I might go look for records.
I got some records from there.
Yeah.
They got CDs too if you listen to
Nobody
CDs.
buys
Yeah,
CDs.
nobody.
Yeah,
That's
nobody
a,
buys
that's a
CDs.
dead fucking technology right there.
Yeah, that unless you're in the army and you still use CDs to transfer.
Yeah, I think it's
information.
Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
But see, it makes
Wednesday,
sense
Friday,
because
Saturday
it's
they
so
have the sale?
archaic that
Yeah,
like
you can't
trying
hack
you
it.
can't hack it. Yeah,
You can't
exactly.
hack CDs.
Yeah, you can't hack DVDs.
It might be scratched and it's fucked anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also sell like really old games, like PS2, Xbox games.
Oh, okay.
So if you're looking for PS2 games, you should go there.
This is the only PS2 game I need right here. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Baby. Okay. Real quick, I just want to mention a couple of scenes that were just god awful, and I think they were just so awful that they needed to be mentioned. And the pinnacle of the horribleness of this movie. Like, honestly, if you took this scene and just showed it to somebody, it would pretty much just sum up the ridiculousness of this movie. Keep in mind, I enjoyed the movie for probably 40% of it, and then it just took a sharp turn. But towards the end of the movie, when they're in their like final like action sequence of Ellie Conway or fucking Kyle, I don't know, whoever the hell she is, and Aiden are trying to escape the ship. They go down like towards the bottom of the ship, and then all of a sudden they're shooting and bullets hit all these things, and then a whole bunch of black oil or crude oil comes out,
Oh yeah,
and it fills
dude.
it fills the floor.
such
with
an amazing
oil.
scene.
It just fills the floor of oil. So all the bad guys are like, "Stop! Don't shoot! Because if you do and there's a spark, everybody dies." Which I don't think crude oil is that flammable like that. I could be wrong. I don't think it would just. I don't know. But that's besides the point. The problem is that apparently Agent Rachel Kyle, was a pretty good ice skater. She was a pretty good ice skater before she got brainwashed after the accident. And so...
Well, there was no accident. That was fake.
After she ended up in the water or whatever. I don't know. But
Yeah.
she was apparently a pretty good ice skater. So she took 2 knives.
Not just any knives. She took 2 kunai knives.
Yeah.
I thought they were throwing knives.
Yeah, throwing knives.
Yeah.
Well,
kunais are Japanese throwing knives, right?
It is, but it wasn't Japanese knives.
No.
It was just regular.
It's just 2 throwing knives.
It's American kunai knives.
Threw them down onto the ground.
Onto a metal surface.
A metal, I don't even know. It might have been concrete. I don't know. Metal or concrete.
It was definitely metal. It was definitely metal.
And then it stuck, and then she jumped on them, which I don't know if you guys have ever jumped on blades before. Like, tried to land on the blade while it's straight up and down. I have. Funny story. But I have. It doesn't stay up and down. It folds over because, that's how gravity and physics work. But she lands on top, and they stick into her boots, and now she has ice skates that she can go around on. And because, ice skate or blades work on metal that has crude oil all over it, and it basically turns it into an ice skating rink. So then she proceeds to ice skate her way around the floor
on knives, going through her boots,
with 2 knives in her hand and a rifle that has a knife on the end of it, and just start stabbing everybody, right?
Yeah.
And like initially, I was like, "This is dumb," but okay, like whatever. It's a weird thing, but it just kept going. Like she initially went and stabbed a couple dudes with her knives in her hands and like kicked one in the face, and I was like, "All right, if that was it, then okay, cool." Now. It was like a 5-minute long scene of her
CGI. Her CGI going
Speaking
around.
of which, the CG in this fucking movie is awful.
Yeah, you could tell it was CGI. And
oh
my god, dude, the choreography.
It was so
bad.
cringy.
When she is like sliding on her knees, going through the fucking 10 guys and just holding her knives out like this, and it was just not even touching them, like just barely touching them, and they're all like flying into the air. Just like, it's like, okay, go fuck yourself.
But then to cap it off, at the end of her going around, she picks up a gun and just does like one of those spinny things that figure skaters do with a gun, and apparently the gun has like a 200 round mag in it, and so she just like spins around and just shoots everybody in a giant circle.
Yeah.
The very thing that they were not supposed to do in the beginning because
which
apparently
doesn't set off any of the oil or kill anybody.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was stupid, but right before she does that, that's when Bryan Cranston's character is like, fuck the safety, shoot her. I don't care if we all die.
That's true.
That's when she does the spinny move.
That is true.
Retarded.
Speaking of, I love Bryan Cranston in this type of role.
I mean, I like him in anything he does, honestly.
I mean, I like him in everything, but in
he
this
literally
role,
was just talking.
Yeah.
It's great.
I loved it.
Yeah.
His Clementine scene, bro. That Clementine scene was great.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I loved that scene. That scene was probably one of my favorite scenes, where he just like one of his like guys, because he's the leader of the evil organization in this movie, and then one of his guys failed to do his job, and so he's telling the story about his grandpa's, which looks like a trench fucking shotgun from World War II World War One probably,
and two,
yeah. But he has on the buttstock, it's called Clementine, and he's talking to him. And he's like, "This is my grandpa's shotgun," and he was a badass, unlike you, because you suck. And then the guy's like, "Oh, it won't happen again." And he's like, "Yeah, I know it won't." And he puts it on his shoulder and he turns around and pa! And I was like, "Yeah, that was a cool way to do it. I like that." Bryan Cranston, you a G. Makes me want to watch Breaking Bad. Because I still haven't seen it.
It's a great show.
I know it is, and that's why
even the spinoff is good too.
That's why I haven't started. Yeah,
it's a good show too.
That's why I haven't started it, because I know it's so good that it's just going to consume my life when I start it.
That show was funny because it was mostly funny because like there's a episode that features like a plane that crashes, and so does this whole thing about the ATC and stuff. I'm like, oh, I know exactly what's going on. But yeah, it's a great show.
But yeah, basically, if you watch that scene or that sequence of events, that pretty much sums up the whole movie. Yeah.
Oh, also, I did think of a scene, and it's actually kind of. It's honestly, it's nothing, but it's just something I noticed because there's a lot of things I noticed in this movie.
Yeah.
just want to give a shout out to these very specific people.
Ooh, I think I know what you're gonna say.
And it's when they're trying to get her to remember things, and they're in an apartment building.
Yep.
It's right before a action sequence. Shout out to the T-Rex arms looking motherfuckers that were like clearing the building, or the waves of dudes. Mostly because for some reason these were the only people in the entire movie that like clearly knew something about what they were doing.
I'm so glad you noticed that.
Because not only in the things that they were wearing and using, but the way they were moving and doing everything was very. Again, this is meaningless to the movie,
right?
But it's just something that I like, so I saw it. But they clear the room perfectly,
the right way, yeah,
like
and
perfect.
Their movements are crisp and like when you're somebody that
this is literally like a fucking 30-second
yeah.
scene that you see. So it's you won't even really.
It doesn't affect the story at all. But for guys like us that appreciate that kind of stuff, especially when it's done so shittily in so many other movies and TV shows.
Later in the movie, they go back to the typical shitty Hollywood stuff.
Yeah. But that particular scene was great.
Yeah. Whoever they hired just for those scenes.
Yeah.
Good job.
And on the roof too. Yeah. When they got to the roof, it was great. That was great. I'm glad you noticed that. Because I noticed
all
it
the
too,
people
but I didn't know
in the boat. We're all idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what their obsession was with having bare fucking rails in this movie with all of their weapons, except for this fucking grip that I've never seen in my life in person on an AR, which I have nothing wrong with the grip. It actually looks cool and it's futuristic, and they use it in like that cool sci-fi movie that has Chris Pratt in it on Amazon.
Oh, the Tomorrow War or whatever?
Something like that, yeah. Tomorrow War. That was actually, it looks
tomorrow.
really cool in that. But for some reason, they only had that. But then the whole entire top of their weapons were all bare
iron
on
sights,
all
nothing.
of them.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, there wasn't like this movie was supposed to be futuristic.
No, it wasn't.
No.
And you gotta love the CGI smoke effects. Oh my god, so fucking good.
I didn't mind that scene. I thought it was funny.
I hated that scene.
I thought it was
that
funny.
scene fucking sucked.
It was like some Fortnite crap.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I was thinking, and I know it was
and, like,
supposed
you
to
can
be.
clearly tell that like none of the smoke is real, and they're just
Well, yeah.
like
That's not how smoke grenades
yeah.
work.
It fucking. I was just like, this is not only.
I don't mind the colors. Like I like adding the colors to the scene. It's just
At
what they
that
were
point-
doing. It was kind of just
At that point in the
Too
movie,
wacky to
I
me.
had
I hate-
given up on.
I just hate the CGI in this movie. Like, there's no like I love practical effects, and like you could have easily made the smoke grenades practical effects. It's not fucking hard, but
no. Yeah, I mean,
You
they
just
could.
decided not
It
to do
is
it.
kind of hard because smoke is super unpredictable and hard to work with, especially if you're in confined spaces like that. Like, there's safety aspects. It is a lot harder to do that than you would think. But
the scene was not necessary. You could have.
I don't think it was necessary. But at that point in the movie, I'd given up on it being good. And so I just started laughing at everything. And it was funny to me to watch them run around with stupid colored smoke and smiling at each other the whole time. Which, last thing I want to note that was just horrible and I cringed at it every time was the stupid whatever dance move that they did like 10 times throughout the movie.
Oh god.
Where they like lifted them up and had their face in their crotch and they're just like smiling at each other.
Which reminds me, because that's the second time, actually both times that they do it in this movie. I had like some bunch
There's
of
so many times they
some
do
fucking
it.
idiots behind me that were like, they were just weird, but they would just like, whenever somebody on screen would say something, they would repeat it very loudly.
What?
Or they would like laugh at like saying, it's like, it's not that funny, bro. Like,
Dude, I know exactly what you're talking about because a similar thing happened when we went to see it earlier.
it was
before
literally
you.
just like one guy.
Yeah, there was one guy behind us.
Did he just stay in the theater?
I don't know, but he was like, anytime something, like when they were about to kiss, he'd be like,
No way.
yeah, dude. I was
That-
like,
yeah,
what
that
the
kind of
fuck
weird
are you
shit.
doing, dude?
That's weird.
Get out of my head, man.
But yeah,
You're in my head.
when he lifted her up and they were like, oh yeah, they would like cheer. I'm like, chill out, bro. Like,
Yeah, dude.
calm down.
This movie's not that
I don't
fucking...
remember what the lady says, but the mom, Catherine O'Hara's character, when the ruse or whatever is given up because Aiden comes in and is like holding Bryan Cranston at
And then
gunpoint.
she pulls her gun
She
out.
says something and he repeated it. I'm like, Whoa, whoa.
What's
Chill out,
happening?
dude.
Is there a gun to my head? What's going on? Yeah. Okay. That's weird. That's definitely
Yeah,
a weird.
I just thought it was strange.
That is
Okay.
very strange. I probably would have turned around and be like, dude, shut the hell up, man. It's not that serious,
Yeah,
pal.
it's not
It's not that serious.
Yeah, it just fucking sucks. Like, just the a whole movie stuff.
Okay.
But especially the last half of the movie, like the fucking
Oh, yeah.
dancing,
I
shooting,
mean,
so stupid with the fucking smoke, and then the fucking Manchurian Candidate shit. I was like, I'm gonna fucking strangle this fucking like.
Yeah, once they
So bad, dude.
Once they announce to Ellie Conway's character that she is
Yeah,
the agent,
that's where
it
it
literally goes balls to the wall
Bad.
nonsense.
Yeah, it's just bad. Like the ending, like 1-to-1 Manchurian Candidate, Winter Soldier shit that happens.
I think before
I fucking hated that. I was like, you're just. That was so unnecessary for that to even fucking be there. Like, on top of everything that's already there. You know what I mean? It's
right.
just like,
I think it was just too much. It was one too many twists. They had so many other twists.
like
like,
it
they had-
feels meaningless. Like, you're just like, okay, whatever.
They had twists before, and then they added that twist, and it was just one too many.
It was
And-
like
Yeah, they
it
have,
was
like,
almost like the
5 twists.
complete opposite of damn, what was that movie?
M.
The
Night
last
Shyamalan
M. Night
movie?
Shyamalan movie we watched. What
Oh,
was that called?
The
Something
Cabin?
Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah.
oh yeah, Knock at the
It was
Cabin.
the exact opposite
Right.
of that movie, where that had no twist.
right.
Yeah, this has like 10
all
twists.
of the twists.
The Knock at the Cabin is like you're waiting for a twist and,
And
nothing
nothing
happens. You're
happens.
like, oh, the world really did just almost end
And
because they
in
didn't
this
kill each
movie,
other.
You're like, okay, when are we gonna just settle down?
yeah,
And
like
Yeah.
chill
it
the
doesn't.
fuck out.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it doesn't. Even at the very
That's
end,
true.
there's still a fucking twist.
Yeah. Okay. So
Get the
let's
fuck out
talk.
of here, dude.
Let's talk about the last thing that we'll talk about real quick is the fact that this movie is within the Kingsman universe. Right?
What?
Yeah, did you guys not see that scene?
You're talking. Oh, the
The
It's
bar
like-
scene at the end. It's like it's like 2 minutes into the credits. Not even 2
yeah.
minutes.
No, I didn't even
it's like-
stay for the
it's like
credits. I
seconds.
left
It's like, yeah, it's
immediately.
like 30 seconds.
It's like 30 seconds into the credits.
So they're after like the first like I think just the the probably
Like-
just the director and
Like
the main
no
actors.
joke, unless you were like sprinting out of
Yeah.
the theater,
I was
it
sprinting out of the
You
theater,
were
dude.
gonna see it because
I didn't
it's
see
that
it.
short after.
It was right after like maybe just the main characters or whatever. But there's a scene of this weird looking dude that goes to a bar that looks like the English countryside, and it's the Kingsman bar from the prequel Kingsman. So there's the Kingsman, and then there's the second Kingsman, the Golden Circle, whatever, and then there's the prequel that's
The
the
King's
Kingsman.
Man.
Yeah.
And there's in that movie there's this bar thing and you see it in that and it has the Kingsman symbol or whatever, and then inside it was this really really weird interaction of the bartender that was like I don't know, I got some very like gay, like right, like I don't know. I mean, it seemed like the bartender was trying to pick up whoever the hell was talking to him. It was a male bartender and a male patron, and the patron was like saying this recipe to the drink, which I'm pretty sure is one of the things from like the Kingsman. And then the guy gives him a box that has a gun in it with a silencer, and
Suppressor.
and then the guy and then the bartender starts giving him the Google eyes, and I'm just like, what is happening right now? Like, for one,
Oh, thank God I didn't fucking see that, because that sounds horrible.
I mean,
And
it's meaningless
It-
to me, but
I just
I
don't
can't-
understand
why is this
why
even-
is this even connected to
Yeah.
the Kingsman?
I
Because
don't
the
care
guy's
about
like,
the Kingsman,
oh, my
so.
name is Argylle. I don't know. I
no,
don't know.
I don't remember his first name, but his last name was it was one of the main characters' names, but I think it was her something Conway or something. I don't know. It had a weird first name and then the same like last name.
I don't know. It was just a
It was
really
dumb.
weird scene that I didn't understand why it
that
was in
sounds
there.
fucking stupid.
I don't know why they
Kingsman
had.
is way better than this fucking movie.
Yeah. And then once that happened, I realized that like a lot of the styling was the same. Like there's a lot of like very colorful and even like a lot of the action is a Like,
Yeah, but it's too much. Like, this movie just takes
I'm not.
it in the
I'm not
wrong
trying to
direction.
say that this is even close to Kingsman.
And you know what? It doesn't feel the same. Like, it hits like in a weird way because there's no blood or anything whatsoever.
Yeah, that was the thing I thought was kind of
Yeah.
strange. in this movie.
It's in the same exact style, but because the violence is like
Well, it's PG-13, so it couldn't be too crazy.
right, but that's what makes it feel like it's fucking off. Like, you can do the same style as Kingsman, but if there's no like repercussion reaction to what is happening in the violent scenes, then like there's no like it just feels pointless and hollow. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, I think they're yes and no. I do agree that in a lot of situations, not having the blood effects and
I mean, he literally shoots a guy in the head, and then the guy falls over with the needle, and he's got nothing on his fucking head.
yes. So I think
It's like, what the fuck?
in a lot of situations, yes, it can be a detriment. But sometimes,
like, if you hide it well, okay, fine.
sometimes it can be good because. Like, not every movie that is an action movie, I want to see blood and guts all over the place.
Yeah, I agree,
So-
but this one was done terribly. Like, you could
I
obviously,
agree.
like, they didn't hide it well at all.
I agree. I just once they like in the first couple action scenes when there was no blood, I just accepted that there was not going to be any blood, so it didn't bother me from then on, which is fine.
But
But
the
it
reason
could-
why the Kingsman style works so well is because
Right? There's
they show the repercussion because the action is happening while you're seeing it. But when you see while you're seeing the action
And it's
happening and there's no
established-
repercussion, then it feels hollow because you just saw him point blank shoot a guy in the head and there's nothing, like there's no hole or anything, and they're like on the guy's face. He's just like. Like, okay, that guy's just obviously like not real. Like,
nah, he's fine. He's just sleeping.
yeah, but I don't know what the
He's all
fuck. He's
tucked it
shooting
up.
him with rubber bullets or something. I don't know.
He's just sleeping.
He's on a special farm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. To end this video, I just want to say that like the whole coronary corridor thing that allowed 2 different people to survive being shot. Yeah, I'm sorry, but like, yes, it's a real thing that could happen, but the fact that it happened to 2 different people within the same story, and because one person intentionally did it because they're that good of a shot, so it's just so frustrating. That was I already was done at that point, but when that happened, I was like, "Are you serious right now? Like, you didn't touch a gun for 5 years, grabbed it out of a dude's head." Immediately shot the dude in a quick reaction, and you just so happened to slip through his coronary corridor. No,
Yeah, I mean, everything in this is ridiculous.
that's like everything in the movie, right? It's like,
So-
really, like, come on.
Yeah.
even the people that even Aiden's character, all the things that he does, still ridiculous.
Yeah,
Even though he was in the job the whole time,
right.
everything's predictable in this movie. Like they if you look for it, you can see all the clues that lead up to
Yeah.
the scenes that shortly come afterwards and stuff. And it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. 80% of the time, the cat is also CGI.
Yeah, why?
I don't know
weird.
Why
the
did the
fuck they
cat
did
need to be CGI?
Like the dropping part, okay. I
Sure,
get that.
yeah.
But
we're
when
not
he's
gonna
like
hurt any
on her
cats.
shoulder and then he's like, "Rah," it's like
Looks
that was so bad, dude.
Or when
That
he's
was
like playing with him on the and then
Yeah,
the
on
cat
the-
he's a
scratches
fucking
him.
CGI
like,
cat,
I was
dude.
like, why? You could definitely get a cat to scratch you. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Or even I would rather you do the old school effect where it's intentionally bad.
Yeah,
Where
Yeah,
they,
or
like,
you just zoom in on the
throw a
paw and
dummy
it's like,
yeah.
stuffed animal at you and
Yeah.
you're like, that I would rather have that
Yeah, I would
than this
rather have that
fucking
too.
awful looking CG.
yeah, the CG is so fucking bad for the cat, dude.
The cat was,
Even
the
for
cat
the
was
people.
ridiculous.
Actually, just everything.
Yeah, even for the people, the fucking ice skating scene, the scene where he jumps out of the fucking floorboards and like with his head
That was
breaks the
funny.
floor. Dude, his fucking. I was like, this CGI is so fucking.
That CGI was.
I always
funny,
thought the CG was bad for him too, but worse for Bryce Dallas Howard's
Oh, yeah.
character.
Oh
Which-
yeah. Oh
Hers
yeah.
is
Let's-
really
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, yeah. Any of her fighting scenes,
It's not
CGI.
making any sense.
yeah, it's CGI.
It's like, especially at the end when they're wearing the mask, because it's like,
Yeah.
I know they're
Just-
cutting in
yeah.
her face.
Yeah,
and
just
it's
your
CG
face.
body,
Yeah.
and it's like,
yeah, it's fucking bad, dude. Not only this, everything, include like the smoke and everything else in that scene is fucking CGI.
But yeah,
I know I shit on the movie a lot, and I really think that if they had just not done the whole Manchurian Candidate thing, then it wouldn't have been that bad. But yeah, after talking about it, don't go watch it in the theaters. Wait for it to come
Yeah.
And
If
even then, you
choose-
probably don't need to watch it. But
Yeah.
I agree with that. If you really don't need to watch it,
but
just
if you
don't.
do watch it, and if
Just
you do
wait.
have a pass, and you like have a massive itch to go to the theaters, and you've watched everything else, it's not going to be like the worst movie you've ever seen. You might enjoy some of the stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our thoughts on Argylle. We got some more stuff coming towards you guys. We're gearing up for the Oscars, which is on March 10th. I think we're going to have a special episode for that one, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you as always. Please like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend. Check out our social media as well as the other shows here on the channel. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.